Hi guys, it's the 5th of September 2014 and you can see what has happened to one of my videos that I've uploaded today earlier on. You can see that it says this video contains content from top channel who has blocked it on copyright grounds. The problem is the video footage that was copied came from Nato's website on their public forum on YouTube, which you can view for yourselves. So if that was intended for the public to view, and it was in regards to a press release that NATO did, then for some reason it was the actual content other than what they provided that basically is my commentary they didn't want you to see, and that is what NATO has banned. Because if this video contains content from top channel who has blocked it on copyright grounds, well then they are talking about the channel which I took the video from, and that was NATO, because they are the only ones that can claim copyright to any of it. But the weird thing is, like I say, is that this was meant for the public to see, but what they didn't want you to see or you to hear was the commentary that I was making on it. And basically, as we all know now, NATO have been very successful with their campaign to increase funding for more bullshit. And what I said is that NATO were nothing more than a shoddy, dodgy security company going about making threats of, there is a need to purchase our security, because if you don't, you'll face the enemy on your own, and the enemy has been created by no one else other than NATO. In fact, the enemy is not even the enemy. With regards to Russia, Russia have done absolutely nothing wrong, and if you cannot see that, then you need to go and splash some cold water on your face. Russia didn't down MH17. Russia haven't been attacking the Ukraine. Russia have sent aid envoys into the Ukraine. I'm not saying that Russia have not perhaps supplied arms to rebel forces in the east of Ukraine, but isn't it what any other country would do if their nationality or their national people was represented? What I'm saying is, quite simply, is that they are Russians in the east of Ukraine, and they did not want to go with the Ukraine whereas the IMF were concerned, because they know what the IMF do. As soon as they come into a country, they dismantle its assets, its public services, its hospitals, its transportation, its fire, its police, its military. That's what the IMF do when they borrow money. What they do is they look at the books and see where they can make haircuts, and they do the haircuts. But what NATO have done here on this channel is just blatantly revealed themselves, hopefully to many people. Hopefully a few of you will feel the urge to share this, because it is caught in the act. NATO themselves, and I am flattered, have came out and had my video blocked by YouTube, and by doing that they have made me more legitimate than what I was 6 or so hours ago. There is nothing to fear. ISIS is a creation of the CIA, which is part of NATO. It really is. All these Western governments are intermingled. It's incredible, guys. And I say I'm flattered by NATO having my video blocked, but I'm a little bit concerned that they've showed special attention to the channel as to what else they'll do, because we know they are the mafia. We know that they are corrupt, wicked, spiteful, evil people that really deserve no place on this planet. They don't deserve to share this world with us. They make our lives a misery. They take our labour in taxes and they squander it on their own selves. It isn't just the fact that NATO have all their military hardware sponsored by the taxpayer, but they seem to think it is okay for them at point of time when they feel fit to sell that equipment. Does that money ever come back onto the books? What I'm saying is that there is no auditing service that makes sure that what goes in and what comes out is kept on any record for public to examine. So when you wonder why they are all multimillionaires, you have to question the fact, is this how the world's arms dealers do business today? They first get the taxpayers to purchase the missiles, the weaponry, the bullets, the armament, and then once we've given it them, they designate who has it. But we know Malachi in Iraq brought a lot of this military hardware off NATO when NATO left, so that Iraq would be able to defend themselves. And then lo and behold, out of Libya comes ISIS. ISIL is whoever they are. You can find links back to Washington DC and the Ronald Reagan house. If you ask me, that's the best I've been able to investigate ISIS back to their headquarters. What I'm saying is, it is no secret Hillary Clinton comes out and talks about, funding terrorist organisations years before they're even on the scenes. But this is where we are today. I don't know why I'm going to mention this, but I'm going to mention this. And, you can think what you want. You think I'm a whack job, a nutcase, a crazy man. It really doesn't matter to me what people think. In a dream the other night, I was told that I was anointed. I can hear the laughter already. Well, I didn't know at the time what even that meant. And when I researched it, it's what apparently some ancient people used to do to the sheep. They used to put oil on the fur, and that would stop these bugs that would get into their eardrums and eventually kill the sheep. That's what the shepherds used to do. That is one termination of that. The other is that it is a form of protection. No, I don't know. What I did know is that the following day after that dream, I'd put the pieces together on what NATO was, and that is a business. And it is in the business of NATO to keep encouraging countries to keep funding it. There is no threats other than what NATO creates. And I don't know how that fits in with anointment, but I really just don't know whether that is like saying to me, don't worry about it. We know that you'll be okay. I don't know. I really don't know. But all is I will say, if NATO have got submarines, ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, Tomahawk missiles, air to air, air to ground, ground to air, whatever, and an army in front of them, I am not afraid of what they've got, because what I've got is the universal conscious. And it is way bigger than what NATO have got. And I know they're on the wrong side. I know that NATO are corrupt, are a fraud, and are committing deception globally. They're not about securing peace on any part of this nation if they are hell-bent on making up lies and causing atrocities in order to cause more wars, just so that they can keep waxing their pockets rich with coins. I know that they are nothing to be feared. But when a little man like myself, the father of 2 children, a husband, comes out and calls them for what they are, and they feel threatened by it, I think you have to work out for yourselves exactly why they would do that. Because I could tell you why they would do that, but I think you have to work it out. It has something to do with honesty and truth. We're living in strange times, guys. We're living in, times where we're on the doorstep. And you know what I'm talking about by that. And when you see the few people going out their way to spread the awareness of such things like what has happened today, you should support them. You should support them as you would your own family, because we are few and far between. And I know this, at some point we will not be. We won't be here to tell you the truth. And there won't be people that can listen to the truth in the not too distant future. And I don't know really what else to say with regards to that, other than prepare yourselves. Prepare for the worst atrocity you can imagine, because we are in that times. The economy is collapsing globally, and war is on the agenda for these people. They cannot cope with the amount of people that is on this planet right now, and the resources are running out. Energy companies can't meet up with demands to provide energy, and oil companies are losing quantities of oil. This was never an endless supply, and at some point it had to become fiat. At some point oil had to be running out on this planet, and that is why you're seeing the birth of all these other energy productive systems. That is why they are prepared to poison a community with fracking in order to get the gas out, to keep the countries going, because if you do not have ample amounts of energy, you are not a developing nation in this day and age. But it is all corrupt. Everything from the car that takes you down the road, from the kettle that boils your water, it is all made to simplify something. And it was never sustainable from the time we started using these things. Guys, I'm not going to go on any longer. Obviously, NATO, and it was NATO that got this video deleted today, did not want you to hear what I'd got to say, because they have had it removed. It's clear to see that. There's a link down on the description where you can pledge, whatever amount you want. You can do what everyone has done else this week, and that is nothing other than that one I thanked at the beginning of the week, I believe, from Norway. You'd think even my own countrymen would back me up. You would think even people that speak my native language would back me up on this channel, but it is becoming not the case. Nevertheless, the link will remain down there. As always, guys, bye for now.